I picked a nice special one that you guys would really love. A nice simple one. Negative 0.5 secant of x over 3 plus pi over 6. And obviously, not a simple one. I was just joking there. But since we're about to get crunchy, since we're in the NFL, Nerd for Life, we do this like it's cool. Let's do this like it's cool. Yeah. Okay, let's start with our key functions, right? With our key points. That's the first thing that we always do when we're going to graph any of our trig functions. So negative pi over 2, negative pi over 3, 0, pi over 3, pi over 2, undefined, 2, 1, 2, and undefined. Okay, so again, we always said this equal to theta, and we have to solve for x. So that's how we're going to get these x values, is we have to solve for x, and that's what we're going to do to theta in order to get our new x value. So I'm going to go down here and do x over 3 plus pi over 6 equals theta. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract pi over 6. So x over 3 equals theta plus pi over 6. Let's go down here. And I'm going to go to multiply both sides of our equation by 3. So if I multiply this side by 3, then the 3's cancel. If I multiply theta by 3, it becomes 3 theta. And if I multiply pi over 6 times 3, it's just going to be 3 over 6, which is 1/2. So pi over 2. Okay? So, oh, and plus I think I subtracted, so that needs to be a minus sign right there. I'm glad I caught that right now, man. Going through this whole video. After like 10, 15 minutes, you're like, no! All right, minus. I think that looks good right there. All right. So finding the x values won't be a tedious task. It's going to be a little work because you have to do two things now. You have to multiply this by 3 and then subtract it from pi over 2. Okay, so you might want to do this on the side of your paper as you do that there. Okay, so negative pi over 2, I'm going to multiply that by 3, so that's negative 3 pi over 2. Oh, well, that's nice. Well, negative 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 2, well, that's just going to give us a negative 2 pi. That was really nice because they both had a common denominator. Negative pi over 3 times 3, oh, that's nice. The 3's cancel, so it's just negative pi. And then negative pi minus pi over 2 is negative 3 pi over 2. So not bad right there. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 minus pi over 2 is a negative pi over 2. All right. Pi over 3, let's see. Pi over 3 times that by 3 is going to give us just pi, and then minus pi over 2 is going to give us pi over 2. And as you can see here, they're all going in increments of, let's see, pi over 2 there. Lastly, if I do pi over 2 times that by 3, 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 2, so that means this is going to give us pi. Okay, so that's our new x values. The way that we find our y values is this guy's going to be the multiple right here. So we're going to multiply all of these guys by negative 0.5 or negative 1/2, okay? So undefined times anything is still going to be itself. It's negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 times 2 is just going to give us negative 1. Negative 1/2, I'm sorry, 1 times negative 1/2 is going to give us negative 1/2. 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1. And undefined is just going to be undefined right there. Okay, so here are 5 points that is needed. And we'll just do the other 5 points, just by flipping it and just moving our points over. Okay, like we'll do our horizontal shift. So let's go ahead and first plot our undefined values here. Something doesn't look right. What happened here? That's undefined. Oh, right here. Undefined. I think I said undefined, and then I put negative 1/2. What the heck? All right, so this right here should be undefined right here. All right, that makes sense right there. Okay, undefined. So let's go ahead and do that then. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think I'm going to go in increments of pi over 2. So this would be negative pi over 2. This would be negative pi, negative 3 pi over 2, and negative 2 pi. Okay. So let's put our horizontal asymptotes in, or our vertical asymptotes. So one's going to be at negative 2 pi, and one will be at pi. And let's see here. Something's not looking right. I think so. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. Oh, this is at positive pi. Okay, so that needs to come over here. There you go. Okay, that makes sense right there. All right, here we go. So this right here is going to be pi, or pi over 2. And this right here is going to be pi 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. And let me move this guy over so that we're good to go. Let's see. Bing. Okay, good. So at negative 2 pi, we have undefined, and at pi, we have undefined. Okay, now we can plot points now. So let's go to negative 3 pi over 2. Okay, so it's going to be right here. And we're going to go to negative 1. So we'll say this is negative 1. We'll say this guy's negative 1. And that's positive 1. And then we'll go to negative pi over 2. And we'll just go to a half. So a half's like right there. And then we'll go to pi over 2. And we'll go to negative 1. So as you can see here, it's really stretched out. There we go. Cool. So that right there is a half, just a half period. And so that wouldn't be enough. We need to extend this out further. Hopefully I don't run out of room. Let's see here. So 2 pi. Let's see, 1, 2, and that's going to be 3 pi. I am going to run out of room. Well, I need to go to 4 pi because, as you can see here, from negative 2 pi to here, that's going to give us a total of 3 pi there. So, shoot. Well, let's see here. What can I do here? I was going to plot what I have here, and then maybe it'll just kind of be out by just a tad bit there. Okay, so let's plot this guy then. So this guy's going to reflect at 1, and it's going to go right here. At pi over 2, this guy is going to go right here, and he's going to reflect at just a half. And I'm going to have another one over here, but I can't reach it, but it'll look like this guy. And you kind of get the hint right there. But you could just go ahead and just keep plotting more points here and just reflect the points to go to the other side to make one full complete period.